the leadership and the actual members, because I'm
there would be
pretty stark, I think.
The leaders
and
the
I guess
members.
I'll go a step farther. I have hundreds of people I know in the U.S. that are Republicans
Okay.
that are in this weird tension of having to support their president. Yet really, if you pinned him down and they spoke anonymously, would say, hey, this guy's not that great of a guy. And we don't really, this is not.
Yeah, the polls are showing that.
Well, yeah, I would just say even on a very, people that were really honest and can get now in the States, they're so much more nationalized. It's even harder for them to do this.
Sure.
Like
they only have two parties, right? And they're
Well,
based
Trump
on
also doesn't allow for much dissension on, like, you have to agree with him on everything or you're shit. Like,
yeah, he's like a narcissistic pastor or something, right? Sorry, was that too
said
far?
it?
No, but people, I've heard it said out of some pastor's own mouth to me, like, don't let the door hit you on the way out. So
there is something concerning happening in the Trump administration, which seems filled with sycophants, people who just will please him no matter what. They will speak, which is a good thing, to speak kindly of your people, especially publicly, like of your party, but it almost seems like they fear, maybe not consciously, but that there's a fear of they were to deter.
Weird. But isn't it like any political leader you don't agree with 100% on?
You shouldn't.
Like that's a crazy idea. Like, even your friends, like, we all disagree on things.
We've had multiple disagreements this past week.
Yeah.
You texted me this morning. It was good.
Yeah. So anyways, I guess we have different definition of disagreements.
Well,
Kyle's family loves conflict.
Right? Yeah. It was a sincere text.
Anyways, but I mean, that's a crazy thought. So you can say, hey, I like certain things about these policies Trump has, and I like other policies I don't like. And the person himself, I've never had a conversation with and actually met and sat across from him. So for me to go make a complete judgment on his character is also kind of nuts in itself. I mean, you can see a lot about a person publicly, and you are going to make certain judgments just because that's normal to do. But it can't be so black and white. It doesn't work that way. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. This is an awesome consensus at this table to acknowledge that it's about the character, about the person, that we're not trapped into a party ideology, and even voting for a party versus voting a person is an interesting discussion. But I put it back to you guys. Why do you think this is happening? Like, there's so much dissension and tribal.
I think because people are.
Why is what happening?
Well, why are we being put into these categories, and why are we bidding against each other and pushing one another and putting each other into groups?
Because it's way easier to feel good about yourself when you can put someone else down and put them in a group, right? Like, we don't want to take the time and the energy to actually get to know certain things, or take it's just way easier to be like, hey, I'm going to hop on a train.
It's also back to what you said earlier. I think that people don't think that objectively, first of all. People don't think critically. Like, a lot of people simply just want to be in a camp where they can be comfortable. I see that with churches a lot.
Yeah.
Right? And I think there's a lot of good things about just being loyal and faithful and in a camp. I'm not saying it's all wrong, but it's always very concerning to me if somebody couldn't tell me any of the areas where their church was a bit weak or struggled. Sure. Huge red flag to me.
Yeah.
Like, you're on the human being tour with a bunch of other sinful people. Yeah. How could you even work on your areas of sin in your life as a group, as a collective group, as a church, if you didn't realize some areas where you
didn't acknowledge it? Yeah.
Right? So, like, it's no different than personally.
Yeah.
Like, we would all agree, most people would agree in the Christian community, like, I got some stuff to work on, and they should be able to say what they are. There again, if you can't say the areas where you're, like, that's the beauty about freedom sessions. Where it's like, you're just so much introspection of kind of like, hey, working on stuff, right?
But it gives you a safety, right? Because when everyone thinks the same, no one thinks at all, but you feel you're part of the group now, and so now you feel safe because everyone thinks the same. Like,
nobody's challenging the narrative, right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and you're bolstered by your narrative because we have to acknowledge what's happening right now. Like, this is there is something being weaponized.
Yes, that's true.
If there's any conspiracy theory that I would bring to this table, it's that there's actually something behind that too. Intentionality behind this weaponization.
Yeah. So on Instagram, if you when you go to Reels, you can pick your feed, or you can pick the feed of what your friends have liked.
I didn't know that.
Don't go on the Reel section. I know you do because
that's in your Reels. So if you but you can see what the people you follow have
to do that. Your listeners would love it.
Okay, so I follow a bunch of people that are really liberal, and I can see what Reels they've liked. And I'm like, I never see those reels come across my feed,
Yeah.
but they're from Cory Booker or like all these like super left-leaning people. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm getting all my reels that I like and they're getting the reels that they like. And so it just perpetuates, right?
That's
and
right.
you don't actually
Call it
see
the
the
echo
other
chamber.
side. And that's why we need to shut those, I was going to say effing things off, but I won't drop it. I should stop talking.
Yeah. There is a reason Jesus came in person and not via,
Yeah,
like,
talk to individual humans, right?
Yeah.
It's like the Bible says, don't neglect meeting together, right? If you're going to church on Sunday and you're just coming to sit down and you leave again, you haven't met together. You've listened to a speaker. You need to talk to people.
The other thing I think is that if I got in the weeds with anybody that was at this convention, like deep into the weeds of where we stand on things, there would be deep disagreement and probably some real potential conflict. But yet I feel like you could have a conversation about a myriad of subjects.
Yeah.
That there would be no conflict over.
And you both love your kid. Like there's
that's
so
what
many
I said
agreements.
Last week. That's what I said last week. So that I will stand by that. I think, like most
I would say more you agree on.
Well, more you would, I mean.
Oh, come on.
No,
I think if you if you go back and listen to the clips, I think that some people are so selfish. Like when I'm saying if you listen to the speakers at this convention, they are so hyper focused on a handful on what just their experience in their life is like, rather than caring for anyone else. Well, you can hear it. You have a bunch of quote unquote marginalized people ripping each other. Like one of the slogans that was like the slogan for the convention, it could have been, we're going to eat ourselves.
Yum, yum, yum.
Well, because it's just, no, it's complete savagery. Like, and I guess this is another thing that has always struck out to Marie and I. Like, there's people that are on the right, for the political right, that are total savages and very.
You're using this word a lot as a negative connotation.
In a negative connotation.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Is that a well-used word that I say way too much?
I got another email this week
about it.
No, it said
someone's doing a count.
No,
they're starting the count, and they're
here. This is that email that we got in. Would be
it would be fascinating to set up a counter.
Where is it?
A rabbit trail.
Well, it said basically that we have to make a donation for $10 every time Gary says it's fascinating. Or there was another phrase that you say. I don't even know where.
Do they not have it?
No. Okay. Let's see if we can find it.
Later.
That's funny. It's better.
We could do that.
Yeah,
we could do that.
I like it. We're in a.
You go ahead.
You go ahead. You got emails.
Rosaria Butterfield, who we also talked about last week, heard about the secret thoughts of Running Like a Convert. She talks a lot to Christian groups about being lesbian and her lifestyle. And she says one of the things that Christians forget is like, we like gardening too. Yeah. And the point she was trying to make is like, we're much bigger than just
our sexual identity.
Yeah. Christians have like, when someone's gay, especially, I find there's just like, that's the only way we identify that person, which is nuts. Yeah. Like, no, they're we
so overemphasize that.
Yeah. Like, no, they're humans and they agree with these things that we might disagree with, but they're just, I mean, you still do your things. So everyone's still sinning, right? To a certain degree.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're not, but
you already caught me this morning.
Catch you. Make it sound like I'm like.
He's a bit of Nazi.
It's good. Not good. I called him out on some last week, but
We'll talk about economics now.
Well, talk about still C9. It got passed now.
C9,
what do you think about that bill getting passed? Do you think it's going to be a problem? Do you think I'll be in jail in the next 5 years?
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that episode and were blessed by it, would you be willing to support the show? That would help a lot in creating more content, improving the quality of the content, putting the production value, getting more guests on, and me being able to spend more time and energy towards it. So if you're interested in doing that, you can click up here and it'll take you to a support page. But you can also subscribe to the podcast by clicking over here and doing that. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one.